Okay, hello everybody. How are you, my sixth graders? Well, this is our second online class. Okay, we're going to continue now with Unit 8. Now, this is going to be simpler from what we had last week because for this week, we're simply going to go over the vocabulary for Unit 8. And then in the week after that, we'll take on the grammar. Okay, so let's start with the vocabulary. Let's see. We have famous places. And first, we got to check the name of these places to see if some of us don't know the name of all the places that we have to know. Okay? Well, let's see here. For for the first place that we have, the first famous place, okay? It's a temple. Okay? It's this image right here. It's a temple, okay? It appears to have a couple of Buddha statues in it. All right? The name of the place is Temple of Borobudur. Temple of Borobudur. Okay, that's a mouthful, Borobudur, but well, that's the name of it. We got to keep that in mind, okay? Because after we go over the vocabulary, we're going to practice with it, see if we remember the name so we can fill in blanks and finish exercises, okay? The next image that we have, it's a clock tower, okay? And the name of this clock tower, which is in England, in Great Britain, is Big Ben. That's the name of this clock tower, Big Ben. Okay, after that, we got this other place. It's called the city of Petra. Okay, that's in the Middle East. Okay, in Jordan, I believe. Okay, you got to remember the name of this place, the city of Petra. It's a wonderful looking place. It looks like it was delved into a mountain. Okay, it looks like that at least. Okay, then we have this big statue. It's a very big statue, very famous, on top of a mountain. Okay, the name of it is Christ the Redeemer statue. Okay, that's in Brazil, in South America. For our next image, okay, it's something that is on the opposite hemisphere. This is in the northern hemisphere. This is in the United States. Okay, it's the renowned Statue of Liberty. Okay, the Statue of Liberty. That's in the United States. Then we have these little guys, these sculptures, okay, and they're called, well, they have their name. We're going to go over their name. But the place where this is at is called Easter Island, okay? Easter, like the celebration that we just had a couple of weeks ago, okay? Then we have this next image, also kind of famous in movies and series and other places, okay? This is Stonehenge, Stonehenge. That's in England, in Great Britain. Okay, now we go to the far east side of the world. We have this image, and this is the Forbidden City. That's in China, the Forbidden City. Take a look at the image. Okay, we got to remember these things for the exercises after. Okay, then we go to the African continent to take a look at these wonderful monuments to the dead. Okay, well, this particular one is called the Great Sphinx of Giza. All right, again, in Egypt, that's in Africa. And after that, oh wow, that's a very long structure. The name of it is the Great Wall of China. Okay, well, as its name implies, it is in the Far East, in the country of China. Well, now I believe it's the Republic of China. Okay, the Great Wall of China, very long structure, very famous. Then we got this other building, okay, beautiful building in India. It's called the Taj Mahal. Okay, the Taj Mahal, that's in India. Beautiful place. Okay, now we go to South America again, okay? We are in the Andes, all right? And that's the city of Machu Picchu. Beautiful place in South America. And now we're home. This is an image of Mexico, okay? That pyramid is, well, our famous pyramid of Kukulkan, all right? In the center of our country. That's Kukulkan. Then we have this other monument. Well, it's not a monument, sorry. This Australian structure is called the Sydney Opera House, okay? Very famous. especially if you saw the movie Finding Nemo, okay? Sydney Opera House. And finally, we got this quite colorful structure, okay? I like the colors. This is in Russia. It's St. Basil's Cathedral, all right? It's a church. Well, this is the vocabulary that we have for this week. Now, let's move on to the exercises. Let's practice a little bit with them and see if we remember all of these places, okay? To practice with them, and then after that, well, after this week, the week that's coming up, we're going to practice with the grammar, and in the grammar, we're going to continue using the vocabulary. Okay, we're not going to give you vocabulary from something that is completely different. We're going to continue practicing with what we have in these slides and the following exercises. First thing we're going to do is some listening. For this listening section, okay, again, we're talking about the same monuments, the same structures, the same buildings, cities, etc. Okay, the famous places that we just saw in the slides. So have a listen, pay attention, try to understand the general context, okay, but also pay attention to details because you're going to need them to fill in the blanks that we have here. The instructions read, look at the pictures, read, listen, and complete. We're going to complete the information, so we have to pay attention. Let's have a listen.
1. Big Ben.
1. Big Ben, the Elizabeth Tower.
Big Ben, or the Elizabeth Tower, is located in London, UK. It was completed in 1859.
2. Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal is located in Agra, India. It was built between 1632 and 1654.
All right, for the first answer, okay, we heard a little bit of information about Big Ben. All right, it said it was completed back in 1859. Okay, that's when it was completed. Now, for the Taj Mahal, which is located in Agra, we have to complete the name of the country where this is at. And I believe I even told you in the slides, okay? So that's in India. All right, let's move on to the next exercise, okay? For number 3, we have the Great Sphinx of Giza. We have to pay attention to the location, okay? We have to try to listen for that. And for number 4, we're going to listen, yes, to the audio and try to catch what centuries the Temple of Borobudur was built in. All right, so pay attention.
3. Great Sphinx of Giza.
The Great Sphinx of Giza is located in Giza, Egypt. It was probably built between 2558 and 2532 BC.
4. Temple of Borobudur.
The Temple of Borobudur is located in central Java in Indonesia. It was built in the 8th and 9th centuries.
All right, so let's see. For the location of the Great Sphinx of Giza, well, that's in Giza, Egypt, all right? Northern Africa. Then we have here the centuries in which the Temple of Borobudur was built. Okay, so I believe they said 8th and 9th centuries. It was built in the 8th and 9th centuries. Okay, we have more information about these great structures. All right, up next, again, we have a couple of famous places. We got the Statue of Liberty and the Pyramid of Kukulkan, all right, at Chichen Itza. Okay, so what we're going to do is try to catch the information of when the Statue of Liberty was dedicated, for number 5. And then for number 6, when the Pyramid of Kukulkan was built, okay? Oh, Kukulkan, yes, that's not in the center of our country, sorry. No, that's in the eastern, in the east of Mexico, all right? So we gotta correct that information. Well, let's see, have a listen.
5. Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty is located in New York City Harbor in the United States. It was dedicated in 1886.
6. Pyramid of Kukulkan, El Castillo at Chichen Itza.
The Pyramid of Kukulkan, or El Castillo, at Chichen Itza, is located on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It was built around AD 900.
Okay, so when was the Statue of Liberty dedicated? It was dedicated in 1886. That's the information they gave us, if I'm not mistaken. And then AD 900, I believe that's what they said about the Pyramid of Kukulkan being built. So let's check and see. All right, so that information is correct. Very good. Let's move on to another exercise to continue practicing. Okay, in this next exercise, we're going to listen again to some information about these monuments and try to match them to the correct letter. Okay, such as the indication tells us. Listen and label. Note down any new information you learn. Well, in this case, if you want to note anything down, just make a mental note of it or write it down on a notebook. Okay, so let's listen.
A. This monument, which has the body of a lion and the head of a human, is located next to the Great Pyramids of Egypt. No one is exactly sure who built it or why it was built. B. This name is often used to refer to three things: the Great Clock at Westminster, the bell, and the tower. It's actually the name of the bell that hangs inside the famous clock tower. In 2012, the tower was renamed the Elizabeth Tower to recognize Queen Elizabeth's 60 years of dedication to her country. C.
This temple, which has 504 statues of Buddha, is considered to be the largest Buddhist temple in the world. Some scholars say that the temple is actually a huge textbook of Buddhism.
D.
A gift from France to the United States, this structure was designed by the same person who built the Eiffel Tower. It symbolizes a new beginning for many immigrants to the USA in the late 19th and early 20th centuries.
This is a famous temple that was built by the ancient Mayans in a special way during the 365 days a year, the same as on the ancient Mayan calendar. F. This mausoleum was built by Emperor Sultan and on his wife, Mahal, who died childbirth. The name of this mausoleum means Crown Palace, made of white marble. The inside of the structure is decked with 28 different precision stones.
Okay, well, those are the answers. First, we heard talk about the Great Sphinx of Giza. Then after that, and for letter B, we heard a little bit about Big Ben, okay, the clock tower, the Elizabeth Tower, as it was renamed. Okay, for letter C, the third bit of information was about Borobudur. Letter D was the Statue of Liberty. As you heard, it was a present, a gift from France to the United States. Letter E, the Pyramid of Kukulkan, and the last one, letter F, the Mausoleum Taj Mahal. Now, mausoleum is a place, a building where you have a tomb or a set of tombs. Now, a tomb is where we lay our dead, okay, where we have our deceased relatives and friends, okay, and we put them to rest in those places. Okay, so it's a big monument to the dead, letter F. All right, very good. Let's continue practicing with something different. Okay, so let's continue practicing. All right, now we have the names of the places. Okay, yes, they're simple names, not their images, not recognizing them with any bit of information. They're simple name. Okay, so for number one, or simply their name. For number one, we have Taj. What's the complete name of that mausoleum? Mausoleum. It's a Taj. I'm sorry. It's the Taj Mahal. Okay, that's the correct answer. Taj Mahal. Okay. For number two, forbidden. Something forbidden in China. It's a place. It's the Forbidden City. For number three, big. Okay, we have the clock tower. That's Big Ben. And finally, Machu Picchu. I think that's pretty easy to remember. All right, well, all of those are correct. Let's see. Next set of words, we have the great. The great what? The great monument to the dead that we have in Egypt, the Great Sphinx of Giza. Then we have statue. The statue that we have in New York, in the United States, is the Statue of Liberty. Then we have the city of Petra. Okay, we didn't really hear any bit of information or any kind of information about that place, but we still got to keep that in mind. Okay, then we have Easter. Easter what? Easter Island. Okay, remember the place with the strange statues, the big heads? Okay, with their hats on top. Okay, very good. Then after this, we're going to listen to some information about just this last vocabulary that we had, this last word in the vocabulary, this last name, which is Easter Island. So please pay attention to the listening, because after we listen to all of this, we're going to answer some comprehension questions. Let's start.
The mysteries of Easter Island.
For hundreds of years, Easter Island has been a place shrouded in mystery. Have the mysteries of this faraway island finally been solved? Full of mysteries, Easter Island is a small island that sits in the Pacific Ocean, about 3,500 kilometers to the west of Chile, South America. It's a volcanic island that may once have had a population of 7,000 to 17,000 people. Today, only 4,000 people live on the island. Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui to the original settlers, was discovered by Dutch explorers on Easter Day in 1722. Most people know Easter Island today because of the giant statues there called moai. For a long time, no one was sure about where the people of Rapa Nui were from. Thanks to DNA testing of old bones, we now know that the original people of Rapa Nui were from Polynesia. For many years, the statues were also the subject of mystery. The faces of the statues looked expressionless. Many scientists thought the statues were dancers. In 7, as long as the statues had eyes made of coral, the discovery may be above that word. With eyes, this face is different. They look like proud rogers show rummy. Proud story of this still is. More than 4 months and 12 times, moving rock rock to around the island. Some still leave Rui people use stitches. In the trauma used or says to pull it across the island. The statues were walked across the island. They were statues find several new statues in nation. Discovered about the angler elders. It's all of this.
Okay, that last bit was a little bit curious, to say the least. A lot of people think that every mystery can be solved by blaming it on aliens, like we talked about last week. And then before that in class, if you remember, we talked about aliens doing a whole bunch of things about the mysterious places around the world. But, okay, oh no, that's just a side note. Now, for these exercises, we have to remember some of the information that we just heard and read, okay, in the text. So, for number 1, we read, the population of Easter Island today is about 7,000. Now, if you recall, they said that at some point in time, it was 7,000, okay? But not anymore. Today, it roughly has 4,000 people. So this is, let's see here, false. This information is false. By the way, we're deciding if these statements are true or false, okay? As per the instructions. Number 2, Easter Island is famous because it was discovered on Easter Day. Now, we heard and read about some Dutch settlers who discovered the island on Easter Day. So we'll put that as true. Number 3, DNA of old bones was used to find out where the people of Rapa Nui were from. Okay, also that's true. We heard tell about that. Okay, and number 4, in 1979, a scientist discovered that the moai once had eyes that were made of coral. Okay, also true. Number 5, one unsolved mystery is how the statues were moved to different locations on the island. Also true. Okay, yeah. Some scientists believe that they were quote unquote walked. Other scientists believe that they were rolled using tree trunks. And then the last group of people, which apparently are not scientists, believe that aliens did it. All right, so let's check. Let's see. Okay, so we have one incorrect answer. The Dutch settlers, discovered the island on Easter Day. Yes, but for this case, okay, we have to correct this information. Let's see. So we always have to be careful with the wording that we have in the exercise. Okay, in this part, in the second paragraph, we read Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui to the original settlers, was discovered by Dutch explorers. Okay, so far so good. The problem is that in the exercise it read that Easter Island was famous because of this, but that's not the point. Here it says that it was discovered on Easter Day in 1722, but most people, as we read here in the text, most people know Easter Island today because of the giant statues with the big cat things on top of their heads. Okay, so be careful always with the wording of the exercise. Now, to wrap it all up, we're going to check our correct spelling of these words that we have for the famous places. All right. So first one is, this is the Statue of Liberty. So we have to spell statue. We have S-T-A-T-U and E. Here we go. Statue. All right. You might want to repeat that. Statue. Okay. After the Statue of Liberty, okay, we have the Temple of Borobudur. Okay. So we have the word temple. We have T-E-M-P-L-E. Temple. All right. Temple. The next image, we got the tower, the Elizabeth Tower, which is Big Ben, okay, but we're going to spell tower. We got T-O-W-E-R. Tower, all right? That's the Elizabeth Tower. Next is the Pyramid of Kukulkan, which I'm sorry is not in the center of our country. It's in the east. It's to the east of Mexico. Well, it's in the east of Mexico, sorry. Okay, so we have Pyramid of Kukulkan. We have the word pyramid. We got P-Y-R-A-M-I-D. Pyramid. All right? Pyramid. Well, that's it for today, guys. Practice this vocabulary, okay? Watch this video as many times as you need to, especially the first part of the video where we have all of the slides, all of the images of the vocabulary, okay? They're famous places that we should know about. So much for now. See you until next week. Bye-bye, guys.